going on, y'all? Back at the boat ramp again. Beautiful day today. It's a Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, so pretty empty out here. I figured a lot of people are going to be watching the Super Bowl, and so I figured it'd be a good time to get out. I only got a little bit to fish, so I'm going to get on it for a couple hours so I can go back and watch the Super Bowl with the wife and a couple of my friends. We're going to hang out and have a couple beers and see who's going to win. So my dumb ass forgot my dock lines, but luckily I had some ties in the truck, so I ended up using those, and they actually work really well. Check it out. So I ended up using these tie straps, and they actually work really well. You just wrap it around a couple times, and you know, it kind of works better than the dock lines, to be honest with you. What's up, little birdies? So anyway, here's the boat, 18-foot Pioneer baseboard. Almost no wind at all. We're gonna get out here and see if we can find some fish. I'm trying this spot because we have an incoming tide. We have the inlet right there, and the water's gonna be coming this way. And I figured we have a deeper water here outside these docks with nice, you know, clean salt water coming in. Figured there might be some trout here. Who knows, maybe some redfish here at the bottom. I'll try it here for about, 15 minutes. If I don't get any bites or nothing, then I'll move back to somewhere else where I think they might be. As we all know, fish like structure, so structure and depth changes, especially trout. They like to sit around those areas and ambush bait. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of life yet, but I figured I'd give it a try. Let's see if there's anything out here. Put some good old Procure on here. Fish juice. Can't hurt, right? Doing the same thing as before, cast out there until I see my line drop. That lets me know that I'm on the bottom. I'll reel up the slack a little bit so I can feel if I get a bite. But same thing, do a couple twitches off the bottom, let it sink back down again. Usually there'd be a fish here to pick it up. We'll see. All right, well, not even a bite here, so it's been about 10 minutes, so something like that, not even a nibble. I'm gonna take off and go to the next spot and see if we can't find some fish over there. See you in a little bit. All right, we're at the next area. I'm gonna try out in the intercoastal a little bit here by this creek mouth. I've caught fish here before. Got a nice drop off right here and a flat over here. So the tide's just starting to come in, so I'm gonna see if there's any fish here and see if we can't find some activity. First fish, looks like it's going to be a bluefish, of course. Shocker. But hey, got the skunk off the boat finally. Looks like I foul hooked the poor guy. Little bluefish action. Look at this little parasite. That's crazy. A little parasite on that guy just came off. The heck is that thing? I don't know if you can see that. Creepy. creepy little crawly guy. Let's see if there's some trout mixed in with these guys. Well, it looks like we got into a school of bait or something. Look at all the birds. There's a hit. Where there's birds, there's fish. Probably a school of bluefish. I'm getting nailed like crazy. Birds diving all around me. Oh, man, just got broke off. What in the heck was that? Just got broke off, either an oyster or a bluefish maybe. Fish number 2. It's getting destroyed over here. It's probably another bluefish. Yep, there's another bluefish. Might be time to leave this spot. I've been getting annihilated by bluefish just about every cast, so there's obviously a big school of them here. Pretty cool fish though, it's fun to catch. I'll cast a couple more times. See if there's any trout in between them, which often happens. But we will see. Now that's better. That's what I'm used to catching. Oh, good Lord. There's a little trout, finally. There we go. That is a good trout right there. Goodness gracious, what a slow day so far. Got him off a little oyster, saw a little rip. Saw a little rip coming around the corner there of this oyster bar. And he was right out of it. There's the first trout of the day. Nice little guy. Whoa. Here we go again. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I know. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. You're small. Dude. Shh, 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 shh. There you go. Had to get some more blooper footage, right? What would it be without me dropping a fish? Goodness gracious. Alright, I'm gonna spot lock right here and see if I can't pick off any more. So the current's coming around this way. And there's a little oyster bar right there and a point sticking out. That's where he picked it up from. The water's coming around this point. You can see it. Must have just been sitting behind that current break, waiting for bait to come around the corner. It's definitely a bite right up in there. Well, there's a fish. Is he foul hooked? What the heck is going on here? How in the heck did this happen? Hey buddy, I think you missed. Are you serious? I have never seen this in my life. What the heck? How'd you do that, bud? I guess I deserve being peed on. Got you right through the tail. That is so weird. Alright, I got you, bud. Oh. Poor little guy. This little dude decided to eat it with his tail. So weird. Well, that was strange. So I went way back into this creek where I thought maybe I'd see some red. I didn't see anything back there. If I had a flats boat, I'd probably go way up into the, in the grass flats and stuff, but I don't. So I figured I'd come back out here where at least I have a chance to catch some trout. It's a little deeper water right here. We have a pass coming right here, coming around some oysters. And there's a divot right here where the currents come in between two oysters, and that's where I'm getting hit by trout. So unfortunately, I hooked that guy in the tail. Don't know how the heck that happened, but let's see if we can get another one. Preferably the right way, hook them in the mouth. That'd be cool, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Going back to my good old search bait. I like using these paddle tails as a search bait because, as I've said before, this paddle just wiggles back and forth and gets the attention of all the fish around it. So it's a good way to find where fish are at. I can feel them biting it. They're just jabbing at it. They're not really taking it. Probably because they're small. I would need a bigger one in order to put this whole lure in his mouth. Let's see. Ah. Is that a flatty? What do you know? Booyah. There we go. Got my flatter. A nice little flounder right there on the edge. Looks like he wants my bait still. Sir, you have to pay for that? Look at those teeth. No. See if I can get my bait out of his mouth. There we go. Thanks, bud. Sweet. Nice little flounder. Caught him bouncing it down off this edge over here where the oyster bar's out. Just really slow, just bouncing it down the ledge. Came out and grabbed it. Very slow day today. I guess it's the incoming tide, I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used to fishing lower tide and outgoing tide, I'm just not fishing the right spot. So, we'll keep trying. First cast in another spot. It's no surprise where I'm at though. If anybody who lives around here knows where this is. Okay. Alright, cool little trout. Not bad. Wow. Got hit again right there. That's cool. Another hit. So I think it's pretty much at the, almost at the top of high tide right now. Should start going out here pretty soon. I don't have a lot more time to fish, so I'll probably just fish here for a little bit and then see if I can't get some trout in these little holes right here. The trout always like to hang out right here because it's got a really nice drop off in front of that dock right there. So you got some deeper water in this creek. Plus they're kind of protected. Ah, dang. There's trout like crazy right here. How deep it is. Let's see. It is 11 feet deep. Water is 53.5. Wow. So the water's 53.5. The last place I was at, it was 52 degrees. And even less than that. So the water's even a little bit warmer here. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Just in case you didn't know, I always put Procure on here, especially when the water's murky. It gives them just easier to find your bait. But fish seem to like it, so I always use it. Another trout. Nice. Let's go. Yeet. Oh, hello there. Quick hook release. Poor guy. Sorry, bro. There's another trout under the dock over there. Oh, no. Aha. I didn't let him jump out of my hand. Little 14.5-inch trout. Not bad. Boo, another little bluefish. Lame. Of course, my GoPro dies right when I catch this trout. Stud trout right off the oyster bars. All right, y'all. Well, it was a pretty slow day today. Kind of what I expected. I was hoping I would find some, schools of fish or some redfish at least further up, but because it was so cold this morning, I went a little later than normal, so the tide was already a little bit higher. But at least I got some trout. I got a flounder, or flout and trounder. I don't know why I say that. It's weird. Anyway, had a fun day regardless. We'll go back home and watch the Super Bowl, hang out with some friends, and have a great time. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I didn't catch a whole lot of fish, but I'm always going to post videos when I go fishing, regardless on how good the day is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and keep coming back for more content. See you next time.